All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Talladega. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series hits Talladega tonight for a 70-lap race. It's race number 8 of the season, and it is Dega, baby. A lot of people can win this race, but only the strong survive. You got to stay out of the wrecks. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here at Dega? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watching right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, it's a super speedway night tonight. It's a 70-lap race here at Talladega. It's race number 8. It's the Buschwackers Series. It's TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started.
A lot of soul.
All right, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. A good one here for you tonight at Dega. Like I said, a lot of guys can win this race. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And it's race number 8 of the season. Looking at about 7.5 minutes left in the practice session. In race number 8 next week, we'll be at Charlotte Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race, and 2.5 miles coming up the next 2 weeks to finish out the season, Charlotte and Texas. We've had a great season here so far, and I suspect tonight's race should be a good one. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com, and that's who provides our service here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. Get updates of schedules. Quick link to our Discord server, of course. Good way to contact us through HighOctaneRacing.net. And again, good quick link to our Discord. That's where we do most of our business. Come on over, man. We do all kinds of racing. Stock cars mainly, but we do some BTCC, some GT3, Indy cars, a little bit of everything, man. And you get a quick link to TurnLeftTV as well. Take a look at the track here at Talladega. Well, 4.2 kilometers, 2.6 miles in length, 4 turns, big tri-oval. Banking the turns 1 and 2 at 33 degrees, turns 3 and 4 at 32.5. And the tri-oval banked at 16.5 degrees. Backstretch 3 degrees, man. I'll tell you what. The tri-oval is where you're going to see a lot of stuff happen, and maybe coming off turn 2 and off turn 4. But that tri-oval can be a little dicey Well, that's Talladega as we know it. Getting some chatters coming in here. Good to see that Tracks VR crowd coming in and rooting Dana Grover to a victory here tonight, maybe. So good to see those guys coming out here and supporting TurnLeftTV. Tracks VR up in that Calgary area. At least that's where Dana races from, and providing sim racers a great facility to race with. Again, thanks for coming in and joining me, man. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you're here. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And then smash that bell. You get updates when races are going live. And when I have new videos uploaded to YouTube. And I appreciate your support here at TurnLeftTV. All those folks who've been here since the beginning and all the new folks as well. Really appreciate your patronage. Coming back, man. We do all kinds of racing here at TurnLeftTV, and I have a lot of fun broadcasting these races too. Don't forget to support me by clicking on the links down in the description of this race. Click on over to that SimLab web link if you're interested in purchasing something through them, and I'm an affiliate through them. So, got a SimLab race rig myself. Love that stuff. So they sell more than race rigs too. So check them out. So there's a link down in the description of the race over to that SimLab website. Take a look at the point standings. Claudio Bardelli Jr. has a little bit of a lead over Archivera. He may take a hit tonight in points. Tied for third, Franco Alvarez and Sean Jacobs. Gordon Carter sits in that fifth position. Dennis Unichin sits in sixth. Tony Furtado seventh. Todd Robillard is eighth. Waldo Spindola is ninth in points. And 10th is Julio Caligari. Take a look at page number 2. Jesus Iglesias heads that page up there. Craig Marazan sits 12th. Stanislav Pavlov 13th. Preston Hassel 14th. 15th is Raphael Sullivan. You see John Stanley, Ed Palumbo, Ben Silva, Steve Pearson, Dana Grover rounding out the top 20. And then page number 3. Some of these guys part-time racers, of course. And page 3 in the books. Well, we got a minute left before we go to quals. A little hurricane moving up the East Coast. Hopefully everybody's safe over in that area of the country. Our thoughts and prayers going out to the people of Florida, southern United States there, southeastern United States. Been hit pretty hard, man, so we're definitely thinking about those folks. Got some friends who live down in Florida, of course. We got friends all over the world, man. I'm worldwide, bro. We got some more racing coming up this weekend. Oh, yeah, it's Charlotte. Lady Charlotte, 100-lap race coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's race number 9. There's 2 races to go in this series. And we'll kick over to another series, another season after this one. We always just roll right into the next season. But Charlotte coming up, race 9. That's tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's Saturday Night Thunder. So it looks like these guys are headed over to quals now. It's probably not a huge, huge importance to get a real good qualification position here. I don't think there's anything really to worry about with respect to that. Other maybe just being back in traffic. So these guys headed to quals now. These guys have 10 minutes. A little bit of a lighter crowd here tonight. Like I said, we got some weather over in that East Coast area. Affected a little bit. These guys might be latecomers here to the race since this is Talladega. Most people could drive this, who've been sim racing, could drive this with their eyes closed. Looks like Archer Vieta says, I'm ready to rock, baby. Let's get some laps in the books. So the 4-car out on the track. Like I said, not a huge importance here for qualification position. It's, you're going to see guys, go from the front to the back and front here tonight. Jesus Iglesias right now at the top there. He has actually not done a lap yet, but look at this. Archer Vieta going to start his out lap. We know he's good at super speedways. In the Ford, or so the number 4 car, the Chevy. NASCAR BR sponsor, number 4 Chevy. Number 4 Chevy. Why keep saying Ford? My God, man. Speech impediment. The 53.208 for Archer Vieta. Gordon Carter in the 56. He's looking pretty fast here in first 2 sectors, so let's see. So Vieta with the 53.208. And where's Gordon Carter going to land? 52.945. A little work to do for Gordon Carter. Craig Berzon sits in the 2nd position. James, look at all those Chevys up front. Man, we got to check on the Toyotas. We have one Ford driver here tonight. Wow. Are they bailing on the Ford camp? Dennis Schudichin in the Toyota. Number 47. 52.530 up to P3 for Dennis Udichin. Craig Berzon in the 60. Chevy. 52.354. He's up to P2. About Ed Palumbo sporting the new paint scheme. The Hellman sponsored Chevy. Nice looking scheme. Another masterpiece by Franco Alvarez. My gosh, that guy's got some skills, man. So the Hellman's going with the chrome rims tonight. So looks like 52.317 up to P2 there for Ed Palumbo. Jomar Peixoto, let's see where he's at. 52.473 up to P7. Dana Grover in the '89 car, the Toyota. 52,359. Valdo Spindle looks like he's finished up his lap. Tiago Gomez. He's not been out here in a while. Good to see the Toyota out here tonight. Racing in the 7X machine. So what? 52,296. Gomez up to P6. And I think actually it looks like maybe Grover had to change batteries in the headset, so he's having a little technical issue right now. He'll be back. Gilmar Peixoto at a 71. Iglesias and Peixoto still on the track, trying to move up. Peixoto up to P6. See where Iglesias lands right now in P5, but he's got another time across the start-finish line to see where he's going to land. He's down on the backstretch. Down to the inside, there is Iglesias. $52,385, P5 for Jesus in the 22. All right, looks like quals have ended. Not officially, but these guys are all done here tonight. Again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. And as always, appreciate your patronage here. Let's get this party started. All right, these guys still just finishing up the qualification session. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action on Tuesday for the Milwaukee Mile 130-lap race. It's race number 5 of the season. And that's coming up on October the 15th. 130 laps in Milwaukee. Wow, that's going to be a fun one, man. I might broadcast that race. That will be fun. So that's coming up. Race number 5 this Tuesday, October the 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looks like qualifications are over, and we'll get the results of quals. We'll get the results. Take a look at the qualification results. Gordon Carter qualifies in P1. Good job to him. Look at that Chevy. Top 6, man. Ed Palumbo qualifies in the 2nd position. That brand new paint scheme, brand new sponsor. Archie Vieira qualifies 4th. 3rd. Craig Bears on 4th. Jesus Iglesias qualifies in the 5th position. Gilmar Peixoto 6th. The last of the 6 Ford or Chevys up front. I don't know what I'm doing with the Ford. Tiago Gomez in the Toyota. That 7X starts in 7th. Waldo Spitaler starts 8th. Dennis Udich in 9th. Sean Jacobs will start in P10. Starting in the 11th position is Benar Silva. Raphael Sullivan starts 12th, and Dana Grover will start in 13th. He had to forfeit the qualification position as he exited and to take care of some technical issues. I'd like to say thanks again for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Always looking for some more subscribers, more people hitting the thumbs up button, and smash that bell. You get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. Really appreciate that. Take a look at the keys to the race, man. What do you think the keys to the race here at Dega would be? I'd say maybe exercise a little bit of patience here tonight. Be check-up ready because the lines do check up quite frequently, and it's kind of an accordion effect. If you're not up on the edge of that seat and up on the wheel, you may run into the back of somebody. Pick a lane here tonight. A lot of times we get guys jostling back and forth in lanes, and they just need to stay in a lane here and just to be patient. Make good pit stops. If you are pitting under green, man, you got to make a good pit stop. It is a little challenging sometimes to come off all that speed to come off pit or off the track down on the pit lane. And make some frenemies tonight. You're going to have to work with the guys that you don't normally work with to win this race. You cannot work it or win this race by yourself. Ain't no way that's going to happen. Tracks VR in here wishing, working class GP. Whoa! Working class GP in here. My heavens, man. Well, good to see working class GP. Well, 5 minutes left in the warm-up session. See those guys getting some drafting practice in. So 4 minutes left to go. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be at Lady Charlotte for race number 9 of the season in the Saturday Night Thunder. Racing starts at 9 p.m. I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and mix it up with the boys, baby. These guys are great racers, and it's a lot of fun, man. We have some really good races, really strategy-based races in the Saturday Night Thunder. And we freely share setups. It's an open setup situation, but we share those setups. So that's coming up tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Good to see Giulio Caligari. Where's he at, man? We thought we'd have him on the track tonight. Yes, the wife said he couldn't race. She's the boss. I just played that song, didn't I? Wow, my gosh. I got to fire the DJ, I guess. See Givaldo out tonight, one of our most loyal members here at High Octane Racing League, man. This guy is out each and every week, 3 times a week with us, and one of the nicest guys on the track. I mean, if I have to give an award for, the guy that, he never complains, you never see him blow up, anything like that, and never aggressively driving, deliberately aggressively driving somebody. He just a great job, a great driver, great emissary for how you do it. Data Grover here at Tracks VR, number 89. Get a big super speedway win tonight. Who knows, man? You need a little help. Can't win it by yourself, but Tracks VR folks will be going crazy. There's on there getting some practice coming down pit lane. Wow. Take a look at that. That was interesting. Ed Palumbo had a look at that one. Watch. Take a look at this. You see right there, that late entry into the pits. It's not very easy because you are. Look at that. Ed Palumbo almost scratched that Hellman sponsor machine up. Take a look at Ed Palumbo here out in the front of his car. He's going to see a whole lot of Craig Pearson's car right there. Wow. Oh, man. That's awesome. Hey, Giulio Caligari, man. You got to get in the driver's seat here tonight. Buona noche. So 30 seconds left to go in warm-up. And we're getting this party started, huh? Oh, I got to play the song, don't I? I got to play the song. I'm supposed to play the song. The song.
TurnLeftTV. 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 Hold on to your butts, cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson saying we got fast cars.
Oh boy, here we go.
Are you ready for some high-speed action?
Here we go.
All right, race fans, my heavens.
All right, let's take a look at the starting order here.
Buschwackers.
Gordon Carter in the 56 qualifies P1. And Palumbo in that new pace scheme qualifies in the second position. Art Vieira will start third. Craig Marzon starts in the fourth position. All Chevy. Top four. Dana Grover starts in P5. Jesus Iglesias 6. Jomar Peixoto 7. Tiago Gomez qualifies in or starts in the 8th position. I guess they gave Dana his spot back. Valdo Spindola starts in 9th. Dennis Schudich will start 10th. Sean Jacobs starts in the 11th position. Benner Silva starts in 12th. And in P13 will be Raphael Sullivan. Take a look at the keys to the race here tonight. Be patient tonight, man. My heavens, you got to be patient. A lot of guys can win this race, but you got to really be patient. Get you some laps in, and wait till that last maybe 20, 30 laps there to really go racing. Be check-up ready. Give yourself some room between you and the car in front of you, and pick a lane, man. Dicing around from lane to lane can be a little challenging. Make good pit stops here tonight and make some frenemies. You cannot do it by yourself here at Dega. So we have a 70-lap race in store for you tonight. And a lot of green laps, hopefully. We'll keep our fingers crossed. A little bit of a lighter crowd here. We got some weather down south of the equator as well. Julio saying that he got the power knocked out. So folks down there having some trouble. Some guys up, or folks up here in the northern hemisphere having some trouble as well. So So here we go.
Flag, go, go, go.
And we're off here at Dega, baby. See that funky positioning of the start-finish line? And Ed Palumbo up on the outside line has a little help with Craig Marazon, but Gordon Carter seems to get that bottom line moving. Into 56, Archie Vita just behind him. Dana Grover third in line on the inside. Guys, just going to be patient here. I would suspect. You see Ed Palumbo now pushing that high line into the turn. Seems like they're a little bit faster, but through the turn, the bottom line, if they have enough cars down there, seems to be a little bit better. From Carter extending that lead over Artur Vieta. Vieta now closing back in as they start lap 2. Palumbo trying to inch ahead in that 54 car. Look at Jesus Iglesias on board here with him on that outside line, running behind the 60. Craig Marizon, that bottom or that high line now starting to organize a little bit. Now Iglesias trying to figure out a way to get down on that bottom side, but the 60 and the 54 worked together and got around the 56. Now that 56 finds himself back in the 3rd position. As you see, Iglesias diving down to the bottom line. So guys are bailing on that high line. And that's going to cause that high line to back up. And Gomez, leader of that train on the high line, at 47, getting into the Gomez in the corner. Could be a little dangerous there. As we take a look at Ed Palumbo, the leading the race. Take a look at our PIP, our picture-in-picture. Looks like Dana Grover running in that 6th position in the 89 as Ed Palumbo leading. So these guys are pretty much nose to tail now, well, except for a few stragglers there in the back of that pack. Maybe they're going to be patient here tonight, man. That's the name of the game here at Dega. Be patient, get the laps in, get the pit stops in. Don't try to do too much. You are going nowhere right now by yourself. So it's just best to be patient here at Dega. Take a look at Benner Silva. He is on that inside as just behind him is Sean Jacobs. Almost called him Sean Degas. Sean Jacobs in the 24. That new Kubota sponsor machine. Raphael Sullivan in the 4X down to the bottom line. Pretty much nose to tail now here on lap number 5. And Palumbo lead that train. Craig Marizon in 2nd. Gordon Carter 3rd. Jesus Iglesias in the 4th position. And Artur Vieta back to P5. I don't think they've given up on that high line. Take a look at Dennis Unichin in the 47. He's running behind the 7X. 7X is Thiago Gomez and Unichin all over the back of him right now. And I think these guys are just better be best served if they just lined up on that bottom line and be content. Not really going to go anywhere in a 3-car pack on the low line or on the high line or on the low line for that matter. Take a look at Jesus Iglesias in the 22 Shell sponsor machine. Running in P4. Vieta just behind him in P5. Yomar Peixoto running in that 7th position. He's behind Dana Grover. Also the Pixbet sponsor machine, 71. Another one of those great Franco Alvarez painted schemes. And Palumbo going to the high side. He's going to let Marizon go by, I believe. And this might be a wave by. And Ed Palumbo throws that Hellman sponsor machine back down into P2 behind Marizon. So Marizon, our leader. Guys starting to get it figured out there behind, starting to go nose to tail. There might have been a little bit of contact. Might have been a little bit of contact earlier now with Tiago and Unichin. Got a good run here, and I think he makes a little contact maybe with the 7X. Don't see that there, but pretty hard run. So nose to tail these guys are now. Go back to live here as Craig Marazon in the 60. The Magpul Dynamics sponsored Chevy is our leader. Ed Palumbo sits in the second position. He's led some laps here tonight. Gordon Carter started on the pole and led a few laps. Jesus Iglesias is fourth, Vieira fifth. Take a look at Sean Jacobs and his new paint scheme. That Kubota sponsor machine. Running in P11 in the 24. In front of him is Benor Silva in the 5. Thiago Gomez in the 7X running behind in P12. These guys got the memo there about being patient here tonight. There's on one of our great Michigan drivers, man. He just loves racing. Big fan of racing. Of course, all these guys are big fans of racing, of course. Ed Palumbo sporting the new paint scheme tonight in that helmet sponsor machine. Giving the mellow yellow a little bit of rest. Gordon Carter in that 56 high place moving sponsor Camaro. Running in P3. So we've got the top 5 are Camaros. Take a look here as Sean Jacobs and Dennis Unichin moving up to the high line. Interesting choice here. We'll see how this works out, but Jacobs making it work for now. As he is now side by side with Dana Grover. So the 24 on the move here with the help of Dennis Unichin in the 47. Guys making it a little interesting now. Board here with, oh man, dipping below the line a little bit. Is that out? Oh no, we got a yellow flag. We've got a yellow flag here. Uh-oh. It looks like Givaldo off the pace. Also the 4X off the pace. So we were just tuning in from the driver's perspective. And something happened. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Take a look as see the Benner Silva tucks out right there, but it looked like, oh, Gomez got into the 68, and the 68 clips Benner Silva. So there was some contact. Take a look here. This is Benner Silva's. He ducks out of line right there. Now, Givaldo goes to the bottom, gets clipped by Gomez. Excuse me, Raphael Sullivan. Take that back. That was Raphael Sullivan. On board here with Raphael. See, there's a big checkup here, and he gets into the back of. Might have been a little bit of warp. That was pretty substantial flip there. We'll see. Oh man, that might have been. I don't know what happened there, but He slowed down a lot. We'll take a look at the camera view. You can see right there, I don't know if Silva maybe tried to catch it because he got down below the line. Right there, and it gets clipped. But, wow, that was a huge checkup. And Silva does a gangster job of holding on to that, man. Oh, my God. Bernard Silva, watch this. He checks up. He goes down to the outside. This guy's checked up, and he gets clipped. Watch this. Watch that save right there. Holy smokes. Bernard Silva with the save. Right there. Watch this. Whoa, it hits him. He gets hit hard, too. And then saves it. My gosh, man. So first caution flag here, and we're on lap 13. Maybe our only caution flag. Just keep our fingers crossed. We'll see some green flag pit stops here tonight. Don't forget, man, next week we'll be at Charlotte Motor Speedway right here. Right here on TurnLeftTV in the Buschwackers series. That's right, 100-lap race coming up next week. That's October the 18th. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. And this guy's coming down pit lane. So there'll be maybe a driver or two, I think, that'll stay out, maybe lead a lap or so, maybe not. Might make a liar of me. You see those guys on pit lane. As Craig Marzan will lead the field here on the pit lane. Marzan, oh, he gets a jump off pit lane. Wow, what a race there. Ooh, man, this is where we have to have a camera positioned somewhere else so we can actually see the race off pit lane, man. I've said this before. Said that before. Nobody listens to me. So Marzan with the great pit stop. Comes back out in P1. Take a look at Marzan's exit of pit lane. Gets a good jump out of the box, and Ed Palumbo, oh, he gets around Ed Palumbo. And look at this right here. There might have been some contact between Jesus and Dana. Might have been a little contact there. Take a look at Dana Drover on board here with him, and watch this. Whoa! So it looks like we have 3 Chevys up front there. Dana Grover, the Toyota, in 4th. Gordon Carter comes out in P5. Looks like Marizon has elected to take the inside line. And that puts Ed Palumbo up on the outside. Jesus will start on the inside in P3. Dana Grover starts in the 4th position up on the outside. Carter and Udichin will start side by side. Carter will start in P5. Udichin in the Toyota will start 6th. Sean Jacobs 7th. Jomar Peixoto will start in P8. 9th is Archie Vieta. Tiago Gomez starts in the 10th position. I'll tell you what, Archie Vieta, that's uncharacteristic of him. He must have had not a great pit stop. He's back to the 9th position. Wowza. I think we may be going green this time by. We'll see. Nope, one more lap. Get things taken care of, and it looks like a couple of guys are going to use this opportunity to sneak down pit lane. And that is Benor Silva. He's sneaking in here, maybe topping off with some fuel. In at 12, also Givaldo Spindola on pit lane. Benor definitely topping off with fuel there. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks. The Craftsman Tough Trucks will be in action for race number 5 of the season coming up at Milwaukee Mile. 130 lap race coming up on Tuesday, October the 15th. Now, here's what we say. Cautions breed cautions. We say that a lot because once these guys get bunched back up, then, guys forget how to drive sometimes. And we have more caution flags. Everybody hopefully will be patient here. Still early in the race, 16 laps in. Thanks to all those folks who are joining us here live on TurnLeftTV, or if you're joining us on the replay. Thank you for supporting TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing League. Some of these guys out here I've known for 20, what are we looking at, 25, 26 years? Pretty crazy. Close to 30, maybe some of them. All right, here we go. The pace car is off.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And here we go. Back to green. Back guys there look like they're being really, really, really patient there on that restart. Hopefully no flags issued on that. Marizon the leader on the inside line. Jesus Iglesias in second. See a helmet sponsor machine. And Palumbo starting to fall back here on that outside line. Now you got to be patient. You see the 24 jumping up to the outside line. Maybe going to try to help that 54 out. A couple Chevys working together. Marizon says, I'm in a Chevy as well. Jesus Iglesias in the 22 just behind him, also in a Chevy. talk too much about Raphael Sullivan. He is on that inside in that 4X machine. He is running right now in the 10th position. Raphael there, the 4X. Starting to get more guys there bailing up to the high side. Make it a little interesting. Raphael now stuck in traffic behind the 4 of Artur Vieira. 7X of Thiago Gomez just behind him. The 71 of Gilmar Peixoto up on the outside. Now starting to get a little bit disorganized on that. Oh, man. Here we go. What I say, cautions breed cautions, right? And you see Marizon. I don't know, did he warp back? Very interesting is Marizon. See what happened here because Marizon off the pace. Also, Benner Silva off the pace. We were looking back in the pack a little bit, but something happened with Craig Marizon. Take a look here. As we're obviously not looking at the right driver here. There we go. Everything looks all right there, and there might have been some contact in the corner, but no issues there. And then down to the inside, right? Oh, whoa! Going 3 wide. And Marizon got turned. It looks like Marizon actually got turned on that. Take a look at this again. Into the back of the 60 there. And you see Iglesias diving down to the bottom side here, trying to get around on that inside, and gets up into Marizon. Take a look at Gordon Carter. On board here with Gordon Carter. And again, they're nose to tail here. Iglesias diving down to the inside. And Gordon Carter gets through that. And a second caution flag. So we would say cautions breed cautions here. Like a little early to be racing like that, I think. You're not really going anywhere. But, hey, man, we're out here to race, too. I can definitely understand that argument. Sean Jacobs is the race leader. So what, 54 at Palumbo in second. 89, Dana Grover is in the third position. Dennis Udichin looking like he's coming down pit lane. And Palumbo at the last second diving down pit lane. He and Dana Grover. Yeah, Palumbo in the 54. New paint scheme there for him. Sponsored by Hellman's. And another masterpiece by Franco Alvarez. Great looking scheme. As Sean Jacobs is our leader now. Take a look at Sean Jacobs in the 24. Also has a new paint scheme. And Palumbo a long time on the pit lane, man. Wow. That was a long pit stop there for the 54. Ricky Novar says, hey, permission to rework the whole cameras for the back. Definitely for this track, man, there's got to be some reworking of a few cameras. Problem is the way that RF2 is. I mean, it's like everybody's got to have the new version of the track, and it's tied to this version and so forth. It's a little crazy on how the old RF2 thing works as far as tracks. Well, Sean Jacobs, our leader in the 24 Kubota sponsor machine. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Lady Charlotte for a 100-lap race. And I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat. Oh, this is a little bit of a bumpy track. Maybe I should get in the broadcast booth. That's coming up tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Saturday Night Thunder, the Cup Series, going on for 23 years, man, since 2001. Yeah, we're kind of working on that, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't have enough time to get down and Ritzky's talking about modding team, and I've started 3 tracks, and I have been away from it so long. Now I got to reteach myself how to do stuff, and some of them I'm farther along than others, but obviously trying to teach myself how to do some 3ds Max work, and get busy. I'm running the race league too, so that certainly takes up a lot of time. A lot of time. Like Raphael Sullivan on pit lane with Benor Silva. Sullivan tucking into his pit stall. Some of those guys also had Palumbo coming down pit lane. So these guys are topping off with some fuel, maybe. Not a bad idea. So I was just messing with some of those tracks the other night. Moved the whole operation to another computer back in my back bedroom, and now I just got to find the motivation to sit down and relearn some of that stuff. I know some of the naming conventions that for shaders and so forth have changed too. So Art Rivera is in second. Givaldo Spindler third. Tiago Gomez fourth. Dana Grover sits in the 5th position. And we were focused on him before that accident, racing from the Trax VR facility up there in Calgary. What pressure, man, knowing you got a bunch of your buddies hanging around watching you race while you're there, and they're there as well, having a few brewskis. But Dana, and it's always a big-time deal when the 89 gets in victory lane, and he's at that Trucks VR facility, too. Right now running in the 5th position, and he is the second Toyota. You see those Toyotas bunched together, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So pretty interesting now as we're starting to get a little bit more parity. And Sean Jacobs, Archie Vieira, Givaldo Spindola. Oh boy, the top 5 all coming down pit lane. Givaldo on pit lane in the 68 car. Oh man, that's tight right there. Wow, those guys did a good job. They were 3 wide down pit lane. And Givaldo topping off with some fuel. Getting into a drag race with the 7X, Thiago Gomez. Good to see Thiago out, man. We haven't seen him in a long time. Good to see him out here racing with us. Hopefully we give him a good race. So the 47, Dennis Udichin, the Toyota up front. Gordon Carter starts on the outside line. Gilmar Peixoto third. Ed Palumbo starts in the fourth position. So a little bit different look up front this time. Dennis racing from Kharkiv, man, and we always want to point that out and how stressful life has been for Dennis, and this is his release, man. He gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to race with us. So that 47 car racing with us from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Claire Eckenbarger, oh my gosh, how do I get the heart emoji? There we go. Good to see Claire here. I hope college is going well for you, Claire. Good to see you. Definitely miss you.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go. Back to green. A lot of guys on that outside line, too. Wow, that was an interesting start. Craig Marizon third in line, leaving a big gap there. Whoa! Starting to get 4 wide, 3 wide. Jesus backs off. Looks like he had a run there. And the 56 diving down in front of the 54. So the 56 now running in the fourth position. Udichin, our leader. There's a 71 of Gilmar Peixoto. That Pixbet number 71 car running in P2. How about that? Different look up front here with Marizon trying to climb back up there. These guys might be a little bit too far away as they're getting out to a lead, but that pack, once they start rolling, they might end up rolling by these guys. Look at Archie Viana on board here with him as he runs that behind that track to the Toyota, Dana Grover. Archie right now running in the 8th position. You know he is a threat to win this race. A lot of wins under his belt. Just behind him, Benar Silva, another one of our great Brazilian drivers. We have such a great Brazilian following, man, here at High Octane Racing League. Some of our, many of our most cherished members here are Brazilian drivers. Known them for a long time. Some of them we go way back. I know Arthur, I've talked a lot about racing GT3 with him. And that's really how I got into the mood of wanting to broadcast, because that race, some of those races were broadcast live by AVV, Alta Velocidad Virtual. So the 47 leading, 71 in second. Third is Marizon, Carter fourth. Palumbo is in fifth. Back here, you take a look at Gomez on the inside as Jesus Iglesias following Sean Jacobs in that 24. The 22 Shell sponsor machine. He's a Spaniard, but he's living in Brazil. Living the life. And I want to say thanks to Jesus, by the way. He's got an address here in the United States that I can send stuff to him a lot easier, and he was able to send a hat over to Benar Silva. Hopefully Benar will be getting that very soon, but thanks so much to Jesus Iglesias, man. That means so much to me. Udichin won a button box quite a while back, and we're still waiting to send it to him. So I still have the button box, like a $160 button box here sitting in my race room, just waiting to send it to Kharkiv. Let's get that war over right now. Everybody needs to go home and live a nice, happy, peaceful life into old age. Let's give these folks a rest. And let me send my button box to Dennis. Octane Racing Logistics, that's right. I have my own shipping company. Say, look, Gordon Carter running in P3. Man, he does a lot of work for us. Paints some cars, but does a great job with that aspect too. And comes out and does some testing with us. And good loyal member. He's a member of our board. Good insight too. Kind of a different perspective on some things. And he's been a great asset to us here at High Octane Racing. And here he is running in the third position. Dana Grover looks like dropped from TeamSpeak, but he's still in the race. Grover running on that bottom line. You see that high line starting to organize a little bit. The last car in that high line is a 68 of Givaldo Spindola. Dana Grover in the 89 on that inside. And you see us starting to go three wide here. Oh, is that a good idea? Jesus on the outside, peeking around on the outside. He wants to get racing. He said, I come here to race. I came here to race, baby. Udichin says, I came here to lead some laps. He said, I came here to kick ass and chew gum, and I'm all out of gum. This is PG-13. YouTube going to censor me. Udichin, the Toyota in front. Peixoto second, Carter third. So two Chevys there squeezed together, and then a Ford of Raphael Sullivan, the only Ford in the race tonight. And he's running in the fourth position. On board here with Raphael. Dana Grover behind him in that 40 on the outside line, starting to move. Starting to gain some momentum. They're getting some, about four cars up there, it looks like. Three cars. And the problem is that outside line, it ends up kind of giving up momentum unless somebody's really, really kind. Those guys have got going to prove me wrong. They may end up proving me wrong as they've got all the way up to Craig Marizon. Ed Palumbo leading that trade on the outside. That Hellman sponsor, number 54. And he's still pushing the issue. Marizon, Jacobs working together. And here we go. The 54 engine ahead on that high line. So the high line may be the place to be. As Udichin now looking out of the front of his car. And he sees the 54. Wow, right there. Udichin through the tri-oval. He's got more cars on the bottom line, but those guys have some momentum on the high line. There's Marizon in that Magpul Dynamics National Guard sponsored Chevy. See down the bottom line, starting to get a little bit of momentum here. It kind of oscillates back and forth. I was just real surprised that that group of three could make it past these guys. These guys organize a little bit. Reorganize and maybe get some momentum back. They're side by side. You got some cagey veterans on that outside line. Sean Jacobs in the back of that pack of three on the outside in the 24. Let's be not very many camera angles there, Sean. Sean always likes if I can turn around and or move the camera around in the car, which I can't. But I picture him, but he has no head. Look at that. Headless Sean. He was talking about wanting his helmet. His helmet must be out there on the track somewhere, along with his head. Well, 47 is our leader. 71 as Gilmar Peixoto running in the second position. Third is Gordon Carter. That Palumbo actually shown in third. Gordon Carter now third in that bottom line. Take a look at Benner Silva. Just kind of chilling back there, running behind Artur Vieira. He's got Thiago Gomez just behind him. So we got some Brazilian contingent here, maybe working together tonight. Jesus Iglesias, maybe a little bit of damage from contact earlier. Givaldo back there as well. Guys, a little bit of a gap there. Probably a little bit more gap than what I would want to see if I were racing in Jesus' shoe. A little bit of a checkup, something like that, and you can lose the draft, and you do not want to lose the draft here. Again, those guys on the outside are still trying to make it work. Take a look at Iglesias here in the 22 car. Givaldo in the 68, running in the 13th position. This guy's just being patient now, trying to get some laps in. Halfway now. Now that bottom line starting to gain some momentum as they organizes a little bit better on the bottom line. Gordon Carter trying to figure out where he wants to go. He's on the bottom line, leading a little bit of a gap there. Maybe expecting those guys to drop in front. Now the 47, Dennis Udichin, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So this is interesting. This is interesting. Some pit stops about ready to happen. 71 indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. This could get interesting, boys. So pit stops underway. Udichin says he's pitting this time. As you see now that 54 inching ahead. Those guys get around and now onto the pits here. Oh boy, this could get dicey. This could get dicey. So those two guys pitting together, interesting. Very, very interesting. Wow. And that gives the race lead to Ed Palumbo. So pit stops underway. We'll go back here and look at that picture-in-picture here as Gilmar Peixoto on pit lane. A lot of time there on pit lane for Peixoto. That is a long pit stop for that guy. Holy smokes. And now we got these guys coming down pit lane. Whoa! The 4X hard on the brakes. Zeb Palumbo leading this charge down pit lane, and that 4X locked him up. He locked him up as they came off the track to come down pit lane. Wow, man. Let's take a look at this again. As these guys coming off pit lane, watch that 4X machine. Locking them up. And Palumbo locking them up as well. Back up here to the race leader. Sean Jacobs has a penalty. Oh, it looks like we lost the stream there for a second, I guess. So Archer Vieira, the leader, as Grover, it looks like, comes down pit lane. Uderchin on pit lane. Wow, Sean Jacobs had a penalty. Wow, that is big. That is big. Speeding penalty for Sean Jacobs. Holy smokes, man. Look like we lost the stream here, but I will see if I can't get that up and running. But now we got Vieira on pit lane. Some more guys coming down pit lane. Interesting here. So Archer Vieira finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track here on lap 40. So hopefully we're back up here. It looks like we're back up. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there, man. So don't know what happened. I'm sorry about that, but looks like we're back up. Hopefully the quality of the stream will improve a little bit. So it looks like we're back up here. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there, but Jesus Iglesias had some trouble and has, I don't know whether he lost his connection or what here, but it looked like he might have lost his connection. Oh, yes, he did. And it looks like he'll be able to join back if he can. Don't worry, I lost the stream, but there will be a whole uncut recording uploaded. Ed Palumbo, the leader, after we went through pit stops. Ed Palumbo, the leader, the 60. Craig Mayerzon in second. Archer Vieira third. Benner Silva is fourth, and that's where they want to be. Whether they want to be out front and away from this pack. So hopefully we're back up and running. So thanks for being patient. That happens, man. You know, it's YouTube. It's the internet. It's the broadcaster. Palumbo, Mayerzon, Vieira, Silva in a little bit of a four-car breakaway. Tiago Gomez is in fifth. Dana Grover there. And Sullivan and Carter all working together to try to close back in on that top four. Dana Grover, he is running in he had some difficulty there on TeamSpeak. Lost his TeamSpeak, though, so no communication there for a while for him, but he's running in the sixth position. Mayerzon now our race leader as he's getting around Ed Palumbo. Palumbo going to let him go in, and see those guys caught back up. Now they're all closed back up. You know, it was a four-car breakaway. And they started getting a little racy, and now those cars have caught back up. And Marizan has really pulled out to a lead, too, and that could be dangerous. That could be a little bit dangerous, man. You do that. You do that, and, man, they'll reel you in pretty quickly. Like we're back up with the chat anyway a little bit. Again, thanks for joining us. Sorry for that incident there with losing the stream. Might have been my fault. I don't know. But 7X is now the race leader. Dana Grover is in second. We're 45 laps in. These guys have kind of got it figured out here for now. So a little bit different look. Couple Toyotas up front, nose to tail. And we got a little racing going back here. And Arthur Vieta on the inside as we got some lap traffic in this too, I believe. Sean Jacobs tail in the lead lap, I think, technically. Look at Benner Silva running in the 7th position. These guys are now starting to get nose to tail. A little bit of side-by-side there is Givaldo in the 71 and Gilmar. And the 47, whoa, they are up front. Wow. And Sean Jacobs, I think he might have, the car might be smoking. Not sure if I saw some smoke trailing out of that machine. And those guys zipped around, and Givaldo Spindola is the leader. 47 laps in. Jomar Peixoto, Dennis Judichin rounding out the top 3. And hopefully back up and, we got 2 viewers now. Wow, we're back. Now, how long can these 3 drivers hold on to that lead? They do seem to be extending it a little bit. And how is that going to affect your gas mileage, too? You know, these guys are going to have to make another pit stop at least. So about 2.7 seconds separate P3, well, about 2.5 P3, P4. So there's a gap between Judichin and Grover. Givaldo is leading. What a big deal this would be if he won this race, huh? He would be ecstatic. We would love that. We'll definitely cheer him on. We do see pit stops underway. Looks like somebody on pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. Gotten any word there right now, but we had a car off the track on the pit lane. Look at this mess right here. Look at this mess. Those guys have run away. These guys are getting racy right now. They said, we came here to race. We came here to race, and it looks like Craig Marizan leading that pack in the 4th position. 54 at Palumbo in 5th. Dana Grover in the 6th position. These guys better get organized. Givaldo doesn't want to see that. These guys want to fight between the three of them. Fight for a win. As you now see that that crew back there, P4 on back, have kind of figured it out that they better figure it out. I think Givaldo, Gilmar, and Udichin are going to be coming down pit lane this time by, indicating on the radio that we're having some pit stops here. See Craig Marzon, those guys stay out, but now it looked like Givaldo has stayed out, so just Gilmar and Udichin on pit lane. Interesting. Very interesting. As you see Gilmar Peixoto on pit lane, Givaldo now getting swallowed up there by that crew. The 60 to 54 get by. Could Givaldo tuck in? Givaldo running in the 5th position. You see Gilmar on pit lane, and that is a long pit stop there. Udichin finishing up his pit stop. So Givaldo now falling back to the 6th position. Now remember, these guys have to make pit stops. And that Hellman sponsor machine, also the Magpul Dynamic sponsor machine on pit lane. Worrisome because there's only 2 of them. That could be an issue. Dana Grover to the lead. So Marzon and Palumbo are on pit lane. Horrible camera angles, man. Terrible. Marzon coming back out. And Palumbo finishing up his pit stop. So those guys have finished up. Jesus Iglesias zipping on by. Palumbo now in P8. Dana Grover the leader. 53 laps in. See Grover now rolling up on the 71, who is at the tail end of the lead lap. 89, Dana Grover indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane this time by. So the leader in the Toyota. On board here with him as that PixBet sponsor machine, and that is Gilmar Peixoto in 11th just ahead. And here we go, peeling off the track is Dana Grover. Givaldo coming with him. Givaldo carrying a lot of speed. There's a Dana Grover coming down pit lane. And some of those guys now finishing up pit stops that are back out on track. So you see Dana Grover making a pit stop here on lap 55. Our leader, Thiago Gomez in the 7X car. Arthur Vieira is in 2nd. Silva 3rd. Grover is in 4th. Now out there by himself. This is dangerous. You have got to really, really be Johnny on the spot here. And he is going around on the apron. That's going to hurt him. You can actually rejoin the racing surface before you get to turn 1, and this is going to hurt him. So we've been better off getting up into the bottom line. And Thiago Gomez on pit lane. As Arthur Vieira is our leader. So So it did work out fairly well there for Grover, however. He's running in the 6th position after pit stops. Oh, man! 71 car, a little wiggly. 71 car got a little wiggly there. As Givaldo getting by. Artur Vieta coming down pit lane. Oh, Benor Silva hard on the brakes. Benor Silva got on the brakes and almost got in the back of Vieta. Holy smokes. That was interesting. Silva and Vieta came off pit lane, and Silva almost got into the back of Artur Vieta. 54 at Palumbo, the leader. Craig Marizon is in the 2nd position. Those guys out there by themselves right now. Vieta and Silva. Silva on pit lane. Now finishing up their pit stops. And this could work out pretty well for them. So Vieta is technically the leader. I shouldn't say technically, he is the leader, but those guys aren't up to full song yet. But can they get going by the time of Palumbo and Marizon, who squeak by? See that difference there. Now Marizon peeking around. He'd be best if they just say nose to tail. And Palumbo, Craig Marizon, 1-2. Vieta and Silva working together in P3, P4. Iago Gomez is in the 5th position. And he's got Dana Grover there behind him. Also Jesus Iglesias. Now Iglesias is 5 laps down. He's had a tough night. Don Jacobs 1 lap down, and he is in the lucky dog position. And sorry about the lost stream. Now back at it. Sometimes that happens just to get disconnected. It happens very often here, but sometimes it does. But I always record a hard copy of the race in case something like that happens. I can always upload an uncut copy. And Palumbo and Craig Marizon have about a 2nd lead over Vieta and Silva. These guys seem to be chipping into that lead, however. That's going to be good news for those guys. If these guys can get up, a group of 4, you see Palumbo going to the outside as Marizon now diving through. And Palumbo's thinking fuel save. He knows that if he's out front and he's leading laps, he's burning fuel. And now he dives in as Marizon, our leader. Now, that may end up working out in his favor because Vieta and Silva look like they want to lead. Now they're giving some room as Marizon on the outside. He's really signaling to those guys to go by. He may be thinking fuel save. These guys are going to be right on the edge as Vieta now reclaiming the lead. These guys will be right on the edge of being able to make it. And that jockeying around has allowed Gomez and Grover to close in. So now we've got a 6-car race. So some jockeying around has brought Benor Silva to the front. Artur Vieta and Benor Silva to the front. Marizon in 3rd, Gomez 4th, Grover is in 5th, Palumbo is in the 6th position. And these guys starting to walk away a little bit. As Marizon is gapped. He's going to need some help. It's going to be hard to maintain and close in on these guys. If these guys go nose to tail, it's going to be hard for him, I think, to close that gap. Peixoto looking like he wants to get around Givaldo Spindola. Jomar Peixoto and that Pixmat sponsor machine side by side with Givaldo. Gordon Carter into 56. Givaldo tucks in. He squeezes in. and holds on to the 10th position. So Gilmar picking up a spot. Now in the top 10. Now in 9th, I should say, within the top 10. These guys going to need some help if they're going to close in. 7X. Thiago Gomez. Haven't heard too much out of Raphael Sullivan here. He is, haven't focused on him, but he is having a heck of a night here in that 4X. Those guys get nose to tail here pretty quickly. They might be able to run them down. I mean, you're looking at 8 laps to go. They're going to need a little help. And look at this. Dana Grover diving down to the inside. A couple of Toyotas working together. Thiago Gomez and Dana Grover, if these guys get this figured out, they might be able to close in on that front two. Going to have to hurry, though. Front two, nose to tail. Vieira and Silva. .3 second gap over Gomez, who sits into 3rd position. Iglesias is on pit lane. Jesus Iglesias has had a tough night here tonight, finishing up his pit stop. Holy smokes, he's 6 laps down, so he's had a tough night here tonight. Uncharacteristically bad night for Jesus. 2 second gap now. Silva and Vieira seem like they are running away from Grover and Marizan. And Gomez. Those guys, 3-car pack. Not able to really make any headway on closing that gap. And these guys are exactly where they want to be right now. Let's make it a 2-car race. Lap 64. This Ed Palumbo, he might be on pit lane. He was short on fuel. Ed Palumbo short on fuel. And that makes me think that maybe Silva and Vieira leading out there could be burning some fuel. So he burned a lot of fuel compared to some of these other guys. Ed Palumbo finishing up his pit stop. Artur Vieira, Bernard Silva. P1, P2. Palumbo now coming back out on track. Fuel mileage race. That was a little bit of an earlier pit, man. Earlier than I would have thought. That Hellman sponsor machine now back in the 11th position. But you got to be wondering, do the rest of these guys have to come down pit lane? That gap is 6 seconds. But I have to wonder, do they have enough fuel? P3 is Thiago Gomez. He is about 6 seconds back. 6.5 seconds back. With 5 laps to go. Yudichin coming down pit lane, indicating he's got to make a pit stop. Probably should have made this 1X fuel. These guys have pitted like 4 times. And Yudichin coming down pit lane this time by, I believe, in that Buffet-sponsored number 47 Toyota. And Yudichin, I think, will be making a pit stop. And it does look like he is going to be coming down pit lane. And there you go. Dennis Yudichin off the track to come down pit lane. Now Ed Palumbo back out on track with the leaders. Interesting. He is now shown 1 lap down, so some fuel mileage definitely an issue for some of these drivers. Vieira the leader. Silva in second. Third in line is Ed Palumbo running in the 11th position. And it looks like maybe Marizan is coming down pit lane. So Craig Marizan here with 3 laps to go, 2.5 laps to go on pit lane. And Archer Vieira is the leader. Now Ed Palumbo can definitely have an effect on this battle. I'm not hearing anything about those from those guys that they need to come down pit lane. Ed Palumbo running with them, and he is a lap down. As you see Marizan back out on track in P8. 2 laps to go. Can they make it? Can Archer Vieira, can Benor Silva make it to the finish? Ed Palumbo in the 54 is a lap down. And he could affect, if there's a battle between these two, front two, Silva's going to give it a shot. And Palumbo could affect who wins this race by getting behind somebody. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 1 to go. Palumbo going to the high line. Closing in on Marizan. That's going to be interesting. Marizan ducking down. Palumbo and Marizan actually racing for position. Benor Silva, Archer Vieira, P1, P2. It's a battle between these two for the victory. Down the backstretch. Marizan's gapped Palumbo just a little bit. Can Benor Silva time it just right to get around Vieira? Off the final turn. Marizan goes to the high side. And Palumbo mixes through. And Benor Silva wins this race. Holy smokes. How does that happen? Benor Silva got the victory. Interesting finish to that race. That is definitely sure. Holy smokes, man. So take a look at this finish. Benor Silva went to the outside, and Palumbo squeezed through the middle like that. And Silva wins this race. Now, I don't know about Vieira's reaction there, but Vieira, he might have thought he had this one in the bag. So Benor Silva gets the win. So congratulations to the 5 on getting the win. Well, Benor Silva, our winner. And we'll go back to live here as the 5 gets the big win. So congratulations, Benor Silva. Wow. And what a race, man. Interesting race, that's for sure. Sorry for the trouble with the stream, but I assure you a whole copy of this will be uploaded. So Benor Silva getting the big win. What a race there for him. An interesting finish to that race. It was really, I had it pinpointed. I knew that there was probably going to be some effect by those lap cars on who was able to go to victory lane. And I'm not sure that anybody was helping anybody else. It was just a matter of trying to get through maybe and get around and get another lap in, I guess. Let's take a look at the final results. Here tonight, Ben Silva gets the win. Archiveta finishes second. Thiago Gomez in the Toyota finishes third. Dana Grover fourth. Givaldo Spindler finishes in the fifth position. Raphael Sullivan sixth. Seventh is Craig Marazon, actually. And Palumbo looks like he finished in eighth. I don't know if they have those guys tied or what, but that ain't right. Let's see if they... Dennis Judic ninth. Jomar Peixoto finishes in 10th. You got to love RF2, man. 11th is Gordon Carter. Sean Jacobs finishes in the 12th position, and Jesus Iglesias finishes in P13. So congratulations to Ben Silva on getting the win here at Dega. In the right place at the right time, that's for sure. See if we can't move that over just a little bit. There we go. Fix that for him. Somewhat. Work in progress, man. I'm an amateur. So congratulations to Ben Silva. Great run there for him. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com, and that's who provides our stuff here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. You'll get a quick link to our Discord server, and then you can join us for some racing. That's where we do most of our business. But head on over to HighOctaneRacing.net. Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel tonight. Sorry for the problems. We got a full deal to upload for you. Don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash that bell. Congratulations to Ben Silva. That's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to get out of here, boys and girls. I am out of heat.